Hey guys, I'm Sally.
And I'm Allyn.
And we're Sal and Al.
The Woolslayers.
Welcome to episode 31. It's been a minute.
Yeah, a few
we're
minutes.
We're back.
Yay!
We forgot how to podcast.
We did.
No, we're going to figure it out. It already feels better.
Yeah.
So yeah, we took off a month because someone had to work. Lame.
I know.
I actually worked a lot too at the substitute teaching gig. So I think it was a good...
Yarn money.
I'm so excited to get a paycheck that actually has like more than one substitute day on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be in the triple digits?
Oh my God, it might be, yeah. Yeah, it will be. So far I think I've only gotten like one day each pay period.
Oh,
And so I worked like almost 2 weeks straight, so that next one's going to be awesome.
Yay.
Anyway, so yeah. I think this was a good month for us to take off because
Yes.
we kind of talked about it before we started recording, but I think we kind of both lost our mojo.
Yeah.
I wonder though, what came first? The lost mojo
right.
or the not podcasting? I feel like if we would have been podcasting,
Yes.
I would have had more mojo.
Yes, I think so too. I think knowing that I was going to be working so much,
Knowing that we were not going to record for like a month,
Mhm.
it kind of makes you slack off a little.
Yeah. And not because I don't enjoy knitting.
No.
I do. I just was so tired.
Right, and without that added
Boost. Not
it was,
pressure. I don't want to call it
not
pressure. Right.
I prefer to be knitting, a lot.
Right.
But I was kind of the same way. Like I was like, I'm tired, and like, there's no reason to really like rush on this. Not that there ever is a reason to rush, because I do this for fun. But
Right.
I was definitely like, I can maybe read a book and not knit at the same time. Like it's fine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's
Or
not the end of the world.
I can lay in bed and watch TV for half an hour and not knit for that half hour.
Yeah.
Which it was, oh my God.
Never would
what?
have happened before.
No.
But I think also, I'll talk about it when we talk about finishes. I had a big FO, and I had that kind of, it doesn't happen with every project, but just those ones that you really fall in love with. And when it was done, I was kind of like, well, I don't feel like knitting now.
Mm.
It was like, if I can't knit on this,
Like you're kind of sad the project's
I don't
over.
knit. Yeah, so
Mhm.
we'll talk about it. But I guess we could just go straight into that.
Okay, yeah.
First, well, I think the fail for me is my mojo.
I know, me too. That's the only, I don't have any physical fails because I didn't knit enough.
Right, I'm the same way. Like,
take those risks.
it was just, sorry about that. I just was like, ooh, this is really stretchy. Yeah, just no mojo.
Yeah.
Just no knitting mojo. I was going to say, I'm Sally, and you can find me under Sally Ran on Ravelry.
I'm Allyn, and I am Allyn Loves Yarn, Allyn, Loves Yarn on Ravelry.
We are Woolslayers podcast on Instagram, Sal and Al the Woolslayers on Facebook, and we have a Ravelry group. So, before we forget. There we go. Now it's done. Now we can move on. Okay, so, slays?
No.
You don't have any? Okay.
It's been a month, and
All right, well, here's the one I was talking about. And I
was hoping.
I kind of need to reblock it. I think I rushed it a little bit. But look.
That is so beautiful.
My sharp arrow.
And the glitter is not showing up.
It's not, but, and I couldn't get it to photograph either. Look at it.
It is
Oh
gorgeous.
my God, I love it so incredibly much. Oh, you know what? You might pop in one of my fancy pictures.
Uh-huh.
So we had this, my husband and I went to this black tie wedding. So I had a fancy, like, Rent the Runway dress. It was a Badgley Mishka, like, a $2,000 dress that I rented, like, we were fancy pants. And this looked amazing with it, totally on accident. Like, I wasn't even trying to finish this before the wedding. It just happened. And so I took some pictures with this for my Ravelry page. So
it wasn't cold enough to need to take it to the wedding.
Well, actually, I did take it, and it was freezing inside the chapel.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was freezing. It was really rainy that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was cold inside, not in the reception.
Right.
But I love the arrows.
Yeah.
I love the yarn.
Susie did well.
Yes, this is by Susie White, Prairie Girl Susie. So, and I love how it sits like this. And it, like, not so much maybe with this shirt, But like with that dress just over my shoulders, it looked so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also wear it, like we all.
Right, backwards.
Yeah, you can wear it however. Like a big bib. Oh.
It's true, it is like a bib.
Yeah. Now I'm ready for
I'm
ready for my crab legs.
Is it like
like a dickie? No, because dickies go under your shirt.
Oh, that's true. They're under and they're a fake front.
Yeah. I think I like it better the other way though.
I think so too.
But anyway, it sits really well.
Right. You could even kind of do it on one side.
Oh, totally. You could do it all kinds of ways. Like it's a fancy. This is a dressy shawl.
It is
for sure. But I love it, and I wish you guys could see the glitter because it's not. Oh my God, it's gold Selena and it's gorgeous. Okay, pattern is called Sharp Arrow by Susie White. Prairie Girl Susie from the Prairie Girls Knit and Spin podcast. The yarn is Blue Mule Fiber, and it was called Teal Sparkle.
And you bought it at DFW Fiber Fest. Or Stitches.
Was it Fiber Fest or Stitches? I think it might have been Stitches.
It might have been Stitches.
Yeah.
But
did you hear they're like not coming back ever?
I did hear that.
They had said they just weren't going to come back this year, and now they've said like
they're not coming at all.
Back. Oh well.
Which does not speak to the strength of our fiber community because DFW Fiber Fest just keeps growing and growing.
Fiber Fest and the Yarn Crawl
are
both super. I think it's just too much. I think Stitches was always just after both of those things.
And I think Stitches is a completely different format.
It is. It was totally different, but I still enjoyed going.
Mm-hmm.
But I did find myself not buying as much, and I think it's because I was tapped out by then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, Stitches.
I know.
So I thought I might wear this, but I don't think I'm going to. It's not that cold.
Yeah.
I think I would die. So I just want to try it one more time to get this. There's some sparkle. You see the sparkle?
Yeah, there's a little.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, it's so pretty.
It's such a perfect marriage of yarn and pattern.
And my favorite colors, gold and teal.
Did you have any yarn left over?
I did. I meant to show that to you guys.
Because you bought 2 skeins.
And I definitely used almost, hold on, I think I see it. Oh, don't get my pants because I'm doing the newscaster. Okay.
I don't even have pants on, so I can't get it. Just kidding.
We're totally newscasters, you guys.
Right.
Like, it's business on the top, party on the bottom. I'm wearing workout pants. So I had this much. 2 rolls.
Yeah.
This much left over. So, like, I definitely needed 2 skeins.
Right.
But I have enough to maybe even make, like, a pair of shorty socks with, like, a contrast.
Oh, right.
Like, if I used a contrast, I could probably get, like, this is more than you would think.
Right. Because it's the center of
I've been making enough shorty socks that
you can
I feel confident that I could get the main body of 2 shorty socks out of this and just maybe add a contrast.
Ooh.
Cuff. Isn't that cute?
It is, yeah.
And then I still have that too.
Right.
Which that's not as much as it looks because it's loose.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was really happy. I love having a leftover, so I was happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like I just barely broke into the second
Right.
one. Like I used a bunch of it.
Right.
I just loved everything about that project. It was so fun. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
Thank you. So I did have one more FO, just real quick. I'm not going to do much on it because we've talked about these before. This is my second pair of Sunday Fun Day by the Lemonade Shop. Made shorty socks. This is my second pair using that 1 skein of yarn because I'm making them for my friend. Made a pair for my friend and a pair for me because we hang out on Sundays. And sorry, when we went on a girls trip, we'll talk about it in a little bit, and our friend Erin was like, those are a lot cuter in person. I didn't even realize. So I'm glad we have better kind of a lamp today so you guys can see exactly how cute this yarn is.
Yeah, it's adorable yarn.
That's showing up much better. I think it was kind of blowing out every other time I showed it, but it's got these like this creamy yellow and like this sky blue kind of swirling.
And then the hot pink.
And then there's little speckles of hot pink and orange.
And that is Rose City Rollers.
Rose City Rollers that I did a ribbed cuff instead of the rolled cuff. That's it. Second pair.
And are the others cast on?
This is the second pair.
Oh, that's the second pair.
So I've made,
my gosh.
Yeah, I've made four socks. I'm done.
Sorry, I did not pay attention to that.
I'm done.
That's awesome.
And I still have this much yarn left over.
You know.
So
that could be heels and toes.
Definitely gonna make a blanket square.
Oh yeah.
Because that is a memory for sure. Since I've made 4 socks out of this yarn, definitely gonna make a blanket square, and then who knows? I only take 5 grams for a square, 5 to 6. So I'll still have a little bit left over. So it would make really cute heels.
It would look really cute.
In like a solid sock.
Hot pink.
Super cute. So yeah, I'm just like
rolling along.
I know, like rocking with the leftovers here. All right, so that was my 2 sleighs.
Okay.
And you have whips? Why don't you go?
Yes, I have whips. Okay. Do you want to do birds of a feather?
Sure.
Okay. So, hopefully I'm not mid-row. I'm very likely mid-row.
Well, it's not your...
Oh, I'm not!
It's not your mystery knit along, so...
Right.
It's only that one that you can't seem to...
Right? And that one has fewer stitches. Okay. So...
I think you're probably you're much farther along.
Am I?
I think so. I haven't been working on mine a ton.
Okay, yeah, because I'm into
only
my second lace.
And I'm not.
So
I've done 1 lace and then 2 stripes after that.
I'm definitely in a V.
They're not panties anymore.
Right. They're a big old diaper.
Something.
I can't believe I just said that. So I'm at the point, I'm in the second lace section,
okay.
which means that when I'm at the end of this section, I have the full number of stitches.
You're not increasing anymore.
I won't increase
I noticed
anymore.
that was coming up. I did read a little bit ahead. I still haven't read to the end.
It is a great knit.
It's fun. I don't know why I'm not knitting on it as much.
Can't seem to get my counts to ever be right.
Oh, really?
I only ever really worry about it when I get to the lace.
Yeah.
Or like the section before the lace, because it doesn't really matter before that.
Make sure it's right before that.
Right. And I did that this time, and I still was off by a stitch in the lace, so I just fudged it at the end.
Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
My lace, I think I remember having trouble with my lace, too. And I think it ended up okay, but I had to fudge something. But
the ripples are still
there. My ripples ended up the same. But I know I had to frog back at least 1 row. I also had to frog back before the lace. Whatever I worked on during our girls' trip, I had to rip that out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but it was fine. It was just a few luckily, I hadn't
worked on it. Was it mohair?
Yeah, I just ripped it out.
Yeah.
I didn't try to...
you cut it?
No, I managed to frog it.
Oh, okay.
But, I just ripped it down to the... the normal yarn.
Right.
And started over. I think it was this section I had to redo because I was just like, I don't know what I did, but something's not right. And this mohair, it looked terrible. So, but after that, I flew. I just haven't been picking it up.
Right. I have been picking it up, but then I got to
and I don't know why I love knitting it. I love knitting it, but I just don't pick it up.
Well, for me, at one point, one of the reasons I wasn't knitting was at one point, and it was this past weekend, I had 5 games this weekend. Not a single project that was just knitting. They were all at a point where...
Were you in the lace?
Yes, I was in the lace, and I'm like, I can't...
It's not even hard lace, but
it
you
can't
have
do
to
it
be right.
And have any other input.
Right, yeah.
So I didn't knit this weekend at all those games.
Oh, yeah.
So complete waste of knitting time.
Sucks.
But, so last episode I talked about how I was having a really hard time with the mohair and the metal tips.
Mm-hmm.
So I did go buy bamboo tips. And what I was doing was I had just 2 separate needles because these are fixed. And
oh, gotcha.
And so I
thought you were taking the tips off. And
I could have, but I'm like, I got the extra cable, so
if you just knit it on, it doesn't matter.
Right. So I did that for probably 1 to 2.5 of the mohairs. I don't like it with bamboo. So I went back to the stainless, and
I can hardly knit anything with bamboo. It makes me want to just chunk them in a fire. I need it.
What made it hard was the sliding it on. The action at the tip was fine. It was a lot of force to get it onto the needle.
Up onto the cable.
On the shaft.
So accurate. Stop it. I almost said something really bad. You want to know what I was going to say? Cut this out. Okay, so join our knit along.
Yes.
We have had 2 or 3. Like, have you seen the?
I have not.
Go into our FO thread.
Okay.
They're so pretty.
Oh.
They're so pretty. There's one that's like a yellow kind of theme, and then there's one that's like a pale blue.
Ooh.
It's been a few weeks since I looked at it, but they're gorgeous.
Oh,
it makes me really want to finish.
Well, I will be in there because my mom's almost finished with hers.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
She's beating us?
Yes. Yes.
Go Phil.
I know. And hers is going to be much bigger because she's using DK weight instead of fingering for the more solid section.
Is she using the same
mohair
needle size for the mohair and the DK?
Mm-hmm.
I think her mohair is going to be real open. Ooh. Okay, I'm interested for show.
Yeah. And the yarn choices are just perfect.
Okay, I've got to start.
Yeah.
It's almost like not only did I have like a decrease in my knitting mojo, but when I did want to knit, I had like knitting ADD. And it was like a row here, started something new. It was just like, get it together.
Right.
Which that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but like that's not how I usually operate, and so it was bugging me.
Mm-hmm. And I had it. Not having one project that I could go to as my simple, easy knitting just shut me down.
Yeah.
Because if I needed it, I didn't have it.
Right.
And it just felt like too much work sometimes to figure out where I was and get them to the point that I could just knit. But
for sure.
Enough. I'm going to fix that now.
Yes. Yes.
Because we're going to record in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have another whip?
I have 2 other whips.
I have 2 other whips as well.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, so I made a ton of progress. Did I already show this last time? I don't think I did. On my sweater?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, because you made a ton of progress on our trip, so.
That's right, I did.
Yeah, and we haven't recorded, so.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So I have half the sweater finished.
Awesome!
Well, aside from the sleeves, like half the body.
Well, yeah,
I should say. So I am using my handy dandy little stitch holder.
It works.
It's from Clover, I think. And
I think it's called is it a stitch holder or a stitch saver or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. And it's a needle tip on one end and then this kind of nubby thing on the other end that has a hole. It's really blowing out.
Yeah.
So this light is great. It makes us look wonderful.
Makes us look amazing, but
not so much on the close
up. Yeah.
So I have okay, here we go.
It is kind of weird, so it takes a second to figure out what you're looking at.
Okay, so this is,
oh my gosh,
the back.
And this is a sleeve?
Yes, that's an armhole.
So and this is going down your spine.
This is going down my spine.
That's what I'm
right
trying
here.
to say. Yeah. But it's like,
this goes down the spine.
Oh my goodness.
And this is the other half. And so I've essentially done half a circle.
So is this your front? Like.
Yeah. Here, I'll put it on. So.
And this is your My Everything?
Yes. So My Everything sweater by Joji Locatelli. So then.
Oh, I'm afraid you're going to rip that thing open. All right.
That goes right there at the top shoulder. So then
it's weird because
this is
holder.
The cable, or here I can take it off a little bit. Okay. So it will drape around like a shawl collar. As I get more collar.
Oh my gosh.
But
so cool.
So it's this circle. I essentially did a circle like that, but it folds back on itself and there'll be more around.
Kind of like flops open.
And this way.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
Careful.
It's pretty awesome.
Here's your needle.
Thank you.
It's like making me super nervous. That's gonna like, because it's such a tiny needle and such big yarn, it could just go whoop.
Right, exactly. So,
oh my gosh.
This became really good. There's the edge. This became really good, like mindless knitting, because you have 32 rows or 16 rows of just knit, and then you do a cable. Just knit and do a cable. And I mean, half of that is short row. Like you do a section at 16 rows at short rows, so then they're even shorter.
Right.
And then you do a section of 16 where you go all the way.
I know you were working on it in the car.
Yeah.
So it's
while we were talking and So
Nice. It's so cool.
So I have picked up along the other edge of the spine. I have picked up, and
It's such
I'm
a
ready
weird
to knit.
construction.
It's such a weird construction.
There's like stuff held here and here and here and like, oh.
And when I was,
But it looks fun.
when I was reading the pattern ahead of time, I finally was like, I can't even picture this. I just need to go
Do
with
it.
exactly what she says.
Yeah.
And it's a very well written pattern.
Of course it is.
I know, right? It's Hoey.
It's Hoey.
I love it. I'm loving knitting it.
It looks awesome.
It took me forever to pick. I mean, I don't think I picked up those stitches 20 times trying to get the spacing right.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
I
not
finally
my
got that
favorite.
done.
That's not my favorite thing to do.
And now that that's finished, now I can start the easy knitting again. So I was stuck at that point.
I feel ya. I have my next whip. I'll go ahead and do that because it kind of on a much smaller scale. I have the same issue.
Okay.
So I started. Okay, so remember.
you're gonna use the short.
Yeah. So remember my birthday yarn from my friend who's like, I know nothing about it. Just take it. It's probably junk or whatever. It's fine. It's acrylic worsted yarn. Yarn Essential Acrylic. Like it's All Things You is the brand. Never heard of it. So I really wanted to make. I decided I wanted like one of those poofs, like an ottoman.
Mm-hmm.
But then I didn't have enough. You have to hold
takes
it
a
double,
lot.
and like I didn't have enough. So then I decided it would be perfect for that. I'll have you post a picture.
Okay.
That here we gnome again.
Oh.
So this is gonna be my gnome.
Oh, I'm so excited!
Yeah.
It is perfect for that.
So I've gotten the hat.
I love this pattern.
Yeah, it's so cute. So I've gotten the hat done. And so like, however you want to style your gnome. I like the ones that are kind of droopy. So I got the hat done, but then you have to pick up stitches. And I like haven't touched it since. Which is dumb because I loved knitting the little hat. But so you pick up stitches and then you work down with like so this will be his beard, obviously. And then this will be his body.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect. How many are you gonna make?
I don't know. I could make several, and I could switch it up and have like a teal hat and a gold body, or like all gold or all teal, all with little white beards. Or I was kind of thinking like a white one with a gold beard would be cute.
Yes.
But so like I thought it was fun.
I think that is the perfect use for acrylic yarn.
I think so too.
Oh my gosh.
And so,
do the kids know? Because they're gonna love these guys.
Yeah, they know. Because they saw this and Amelia was like, "Is that a unicorn horn?" I was like, "Oh my god, it kind of is."
It does look like it with the cables.
Yeah. Right? I can't remember what Nolan thought it was, or he tried to put it on his head.
Or I could see putting it on a nose.
He put it on his head. Yeah, I said it looked like a carrot nose. So we've had a lot of fun. But I need to get going. I need to just what is my deal?
How long did this take?
Not long.
Is it written for? It's really written for anything. Like you just.
Yeah, I think you can use anything, but
Is it
worsted is worsted is definitely an option. I think it's written for fingering and worsted.
Okay.
But you could do whatever.
You could do it bulky and it would just be really big.
I want a big one. I want one like on The Amazing Race when they have to carry around the Travelocity gnome. That's freaking me out. Did you see it? It was like I want one that size, like baby size. We'll see if I ever get around to it though.
Oh.
Yeah, it's written for worsted or fingering.
I love it. And I see this pattern.
Yeah, it's
every
cute.
time I go look, and I bought it when it came out. I bought it because I'm like, that is gorgeous.
I bought it, or
I sent it to you, and was
or
like,
I got it. Wasn't it like temporarily free or something? Because I've had it forever.
Maybe.
I've had the pattern forever.
Yes,
and I want to say I got it for free, or like maybe it was just super on.
I think it was $1.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I know I was like one click, like yes, give me that. So
absolutely.
So I've started it, but
absolutely.
That's all I've gotten so far. And honestly, I think this is probably the biggest part of it. Because, their hats are huge, and then their body is like, like, I should just get it done.
That's true, yeah.
And then we were knitting at knit group one Friday, and we knit at a church, and they were, like, cleaning out, like, a back room or something, and she was like, does anybody want this? I know, I brought it to you guys because I know y'all are like sewing or whatever.
Like they did with the ribbons and bows that one year.
And so it was a huge bag of, most of it was quilt batting. So most of us were like,
right.
we won't use it. But there was someone who was like, I will use part of it and my mom will use part of it. Yes. And then there was like another bag that was stuffing, polyfill. So I took some and then Erin took some.
That's
awesome. I was like, I knew I was gonna make a gnome. So.
Well, remember when I made those floor poofs, and I bought a 5-pound box of polyfill. Like, I will not use this polyfill in my entire life.
Yeah.
So please do not ever buy polyfill.
Okay.
Because I own it. I own a Joann's worth of it.
I could sell a store's worth. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I am excited about him. I just, it's like you said, like I don't want to take the time to get it back, to get it picked up and get restarted. Right. I need to just sit down and do it. Maybe today. It's a rainy day.
It is. But the kids are home.
The kids are home.
Makes it harder to focus.
We had yesterday and today off, and then they call it fall break.
Oh, 2 days?
Like, what? But then we get a week off for Thanksgiving, so I don't understand fall break. My dog stinks again.
Yeah, okay, I did smell that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Normally I don't
how
relaxed. I know, right?
Sorry.
Normally I don't smell it, but okay.
Did you have one more?
I do. I have one more.
Oh my god. It's bad. It's real bad.
Because where did I put it? Oh. Because I did my September cast on for interpretation.
September?
Yes. That was
you didn't
August.
have a September?
Mm-mm. I cast on July and August together in July.
We didn't podcast in September.
Not at all.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
So this is the Be Kind shawl. That's the shape of it. Be Kind shawl by Vera Valimaki. And I'm mid row in this one.
Shocking.
So the yarn is amazing yarn. It's Western Sky Knits in the limeade color.
I've never seen a color of theirs I didn't like.
Right?
Back a little.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
In the limeade color, and it has silver stellina. Oh yeah, there. Oh, that works.
Super pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
They have the best blue.
And it just is so fun.
And this shawl is like designed to kind of it's real simple, right? So it just shows off your amazing yarn.
It has a series of eyelets.
Oh,
it does short rows and eyelets. And yes, it's cast on because I technically cast it on in September. However, I still can't get my numbers are all off. And so I think I'm just going to rip it out and start again.
Sometimes that's the trick.
And just be like, okay, focus this time. And
sometimes that's...
Because I was doing it on a plane.
Oh, limeade. Did you say? That's so cute.
I know. And it looks like limeade.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll just... restarting it is, and then you never have another issue.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, but maybe I can show this. Look at this cute little.
I love that. I have that one too.
It's from our Advent that we did.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. It was
gonna. Let me cover up your face.
Yeah.
It is the cutest little stitch marker. It's a baby elephant. Oh, it's not going to.
But it's really cute.
Super cute.
And it looks like it's from, like
India
or whatever. Yeah.
And but it was one of the stitch markers from our Advent.
I use it a lot.
Yeah, I love it. And so what I'm going to do is this pattern calls for 3 skeins. I only have 2 of this.
Really?
But what I did was I looked on. Actually, maybe it's more like 2.5. But what I did was when I was looking on Ravelry, there were quite a few people that did a contrast color for the last section.
So like color blocked it a
so
little
it
bit?
almost is like you have, because you've seen the picture.
Kind of how I did with my Tundra, how I did the last part of it just in a different color, and so it color blocks it.
But what it does is, because it's a big long crescent, what it does is you end up having like a 2-inch border all the way along that crescent.
That's cool.
And of a contrast color. And I
like
have
that.
all that Cascade Heritage in the white color. So I'm going to do it.
Cool.
This with the white.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be really sharp looking.
And it'll show that, it'll just make that blue pop.
Exactly.
Blue and green. Cool.
So that is cast on.
And I think it counts.
Yes, I think so too. Even if I have to take it out, I at least started because you learn from this.
Right.
So maybe this isn't a fail. I don't know.
I don't think it's a fail.
I don't think it's a fail either.
No.
I just need to focus. Because I was trying to
That's
read
my
it off
problem,
my
focusing.
phone while on a plane, and so.
You could have missed something, and that's why you're off. Like,
Right.
just start over.
Exactly.
That's totally what I would do.
It's close enough.
Start over before you're, like, way far, and then it's a big deal to start over.
And I'm constantly adjusting. Like, I want it to
You'll
just
work on
go.
it more if it's working. You know what I mean? Like, something you have to struggle with, I don't pick those up.
Right.
Okay, I have one more.
Okay.
But it's super easy. So, I have another pair of vanilla socks.
Oh, this yarn is so pretty.
And it's, they're watermelon. I don't love how the black is kind of,
green.
it's kind of an abstract watermelon because the way the black popped in there.
Oh yeah, it's not speckling. It's more,
and it gets more red as it gets to the middle. And so I'm just calling these vanilla watermelon socks because they're just a tube, and then I think I'm gonna pop in a black afterthought heel, and they're kind of cute. And I think they'll be for my mother-in-law.
Oh, I think they're adorable.
Yeah, I think she really likes. She saw that yarn and was like, "Oh my god, that's gonna make a watermelon!" And I've had this yarn forever. I dropped something and I don't know what it was.
Maybe it was your
Whatever.
Okay.
So this is. We'll have to pop in the name of the. So this is the other. It came already in two since it's a gradient.
Yeah, what is the yarn?
It's that yarn I got from Wool Elf.
Oh yeah, you've had it a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had it a while. And I started these socks
Really?
like forever ago and ended up ripping them out. I think I'm just gonna go until like it gets pretty red and then stop. So I'm getting close. I've probably got another like 2 inches and then I'll start the toe.
Yeah. That is really.
I'm not gonna get all the
gradients are so
I
impressive
know,
to me.
right? I'm not gonna get all the way to the really red. Another thought I had is to do the heel in the really red.
Oh yeah.
And that way I use all of it. But we'll see. I don't know if that might look weird. It kind of depends on where my heel ends up being.
I think that could be really cute.
Yeah, it could be. It really could be. And that way I actually get some of that red, really deep red in.
And it'll be enough of a contrast that you'll see it.
I think so too. But also if my heel ends up being like right here, it's almost like another gradient. Like it'll bleed from the deep red into the lighter red. So we'll see. It's marinating around in my brain. And it kind of depends on how much I end up left over. And my poor little... Get back in there. My insides fell out. But that's because these had like... I think I had to rewind. Because I had started them and I started with the red instead of the green. I don't know. There was something funky. I didn't like it. But it's kind of cool. I like how it's... I really like how
I like this part right here.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I love that part where the white goes in. I like how it kind of really
stripes a little.
like micro stripes. So it's Wool Elf. It was pretty cheap.
Yeah,
I got it on Etsy.
They have really good prices.
I don't know if they're still on Etsy because it's been so long. But
I'll look.
And it came from like are they in Germany? I don't know. It came from far away.
We went through this last time.
Did we? Have we talked about this before?
Yeah.
Okay. And that one's called Melon. But again, I've had it for so long, I don't know if they still have it or anything like that. But it is pretty cute, especially for like inexpensive sock yarn. So.
I feel like gradients are usually pretty expensive because of all the work that goes into it.
And this one, they already split it for you because it's really hard to make gradient socks unless it's dyed in two separate skein. Like, if you try to use one skein that's a gradient, you have two very different socks. So I did like that they match. But that's it. That's all for my whips.
Me too.
Okay. So let's talk about our trip, which leads me into a little bit of my trophies.
Me too.
You too? Okay, good.
I brought those.
So, okay, good. And mine's very small, but so we did a little scouting trip for Camp Woolslayers.
Yay!
And we have picked a place. We've booked rooms, or we've, put a deposit on some rooms. We're going to open up registration probably in January.
I think January is what we're talking about.
But save the date.
Yes.
So it's going to be May 17th, 18th, and 19th. The 2 nights, 17th and 18th.
And we'll have the option of going on Thursday, the 16th. There won't really be any activities.
There won't be any events, but
but you can get a room as part of the block.
And there's plenty to do. It's going to be in Wimberley, Texas, which is the cutest town I've ever seen. Like, it's this little artsy, tiny little shopping town, or like touristy. I don't know. It's not touristy. It's like artsy, hipstery. I don't know. It's adorable. There is a yarn store that we're hoping to get in touch with called Ply. We were able to peek in the windows. We weren't able. She wasn't open. But we also, so on the way down, we're staying at the Wimberley Inn, and it is the cutest place ever.
And I mean,
and the nicest people.
Yes, and they are like the guy
that
showed us around. They're yarny.
They're yarny.
He crochets. He said his aunt teaches knitting
at Hill Country.
Weavers, and I can't remember her name.
I can't either. But
and they were super cute in their emails.
Everything about everything about it is like, these are our people. So we're super excited. If you came last year, you get right of first refusal,
early registration.
Right. And if you came last year and you were hoping for a little more of a hotel type place, this is it. Like, it's still very like nature-y. There's a nature trail, and there's a koi pond, and there's trees.
So campy.
But it's more hotel room than the last place.
Right.
So
and then they have this cute little house in the middle.
We get our own little private house that we're going to meet in. And there's maybe going to be a market. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We're working on a market.
Get excited, people, because we're super pumped.
Last year was our trial.
Yeah, and it was great.
This year,
and it was wonderful.
Yes, we're finished with beta testing. We're going to move into full release.
Super, super pumped. Like, I have my little folder with and it's like, oh my God, I am having so much fun working on this.
Yes.
So save the date mainly is what we wanted to say. It's going to be in Wimberley at the Wimberley Inn. You can, I'm sure you probably have popped pictures in by now.
Yes, we'll do that.
Or you can look at it online. It's adorable, and we're super pumped. And so as we get closer, we'll throw out more details. Yeah. But for now, just save the date and maybe ask for that for Christmas.
Right.
Okay. So, or Mother's Day, whatevs. But so we took 2 of our friends. Well, we would have taken more, but that was all that could come with us on our scouting trip to make it even more fun. And it totally did. It was super fun because last time we had our kids.
Yeah. No.
Way more fun to bring friends.
For sure.
There was no crying. There was no breaking down in tears for any reason.
Right.
So
no whining.
No whining. Maybe it was me. If anyone whined, it was me. We had so much fun. So on the way down, we stopped at Gage in Austin, and it was great. Super cute yarn shop. Loved it. I wish it hadn't been pouring rain. We were kind of like and then where did we go?
And then we went to Hill Country.
After that, we went to Hill Country Weavers, and that's all we made it to that day. Yeah. So Gage, all I bought was this highlighter tape. Yeah,
but everybody needs it.
It was not for lack of want. I just was, I didn't have a project in mind, and I just am trying to not shop too much if I don't have a specific project.
Right. I left one of the things I bought at Gage.
Oh, well. You can talk about it next time.
It was dark gray yarn. It was Manos de Uruguay Fino. It's a single ply in the dark gray.
I remember that. Yeah, that's really pretty.
Because Gage had a great sale section. So the other thing I bought at Gage was Ella Ray Lace Merino Chunky. You know what? Let me try turning this off.
Yeah, it's blowing it more orange.
Okay.
The sun's coming out.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So it's a tonal. It's a chunky. It's probably between a worsted and an Aran. It might be an Aran. Because it does
really
seem
pretty.
plump.
It does.
So I bought
It's
two.
got a really tight twist.
So I bought 2 of those because I want to make a hat out of it. And
It's really pretty.
it feels good. Like it's not scratchy at all. It's 100% wool. 100% wool.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't even.
It's so soft.
I mean, it says lace merino. Extra fine superwash merino wool.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
there you go.
better. Okay, but on
That's
the
why
back
it's
it
so
says
soft.
100%
Right.
wool.
But yeah, merino superwash is very different than just wool.
Exactly.
It's very expensive.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's really
So then this was not on the sale section. This is hazel knits, and this is now the 3rd skein in
Of,
this
like, plummy
purple color that I have bought in the last couple of months. I think I might be obsessed with this color.
It's very pretty.
So it's Hazel Knits, which is a new company to me. And the name is Queen of the Night.
Oh.
And it is 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon. It's DK. DK weight.
Very pretty.
And why did I want DK? I don't know that I cared about it, what weight it was. I just bought the color.
You probably had a reason. Like,
I think I want to make some hats.
I was about to say
out
it
of
was hats or
DK
something, yeah.
out of bigger yarn.
That's so pretty.
But so
it's perfect.
It is. What's the yardage? 275 yards. But I loved the color.
Yeah.
Love the color. And that is the only other thing. Or that's that, and then the Manos de Uruguay that are what I
They had
bought
some
there.
really pretty, like that yarn that they dye themselves is gorgeous. If you guys are anywhere near Austin, please check them out because you know, I feel like Hill Country Weavers.
That's the destination.
Everybody talks about it, but these smaller ones are just as good. Yeah.
Gauge, and it's not far from Hill Country Weavers. I think it's like just on the other side.
I mean,
of the
we
freeway.
drove right straight. It was like a 10-minute drive.
Yeah, so it's definitely it's great. Really nice people.
Yeah, you should check it out. So then we did go to Hill Country Weavers.
Yes,
of course.
Because when you're in Austin, that's what you do.
And it was good. It was great. Loved it. I only got 1 skein of yarn, and I don't have a project in mind, but it's so me, and I think it kind of goes with like my unofficial like fade that I'm kind of creating with these like blues and whites.
That is beautiful.
So it's Woolen Boon, which it's a brand that I've heard of but never tried. So I thought, you know what, the color is speaking to me. I wanted to try this, this company. So it's called Nana's Good Stuff, and it's in the Boon Classic base, which is 4-ply fingering, 100% superwash merino. So it's perfect for like a shawl. And it's this creamy white with these blue.
It's like denim.
Bright. It's almost, there's like every blue from like cobalt to super dark blue. It's just really pretty.
It really is. So the colorway is Nana's Good Stuff?
Yeah. I don't know why.
I know. It's curious.
Nana's Good Stuff.
Very nice. I like it.
Yeah.
So I hit the sale section at Hill Country Weavers.
Yep.
And I don't have the label. Help me remember.
Oh no.
It's Woolfolk.
Oh my god.
Woolfolk Sport.
It feels so good.
It does. It feels so good. So I didn't know this, but and I went ahead and wound it up because I bought my mom a new ball winder. And
it looks good.
And
works good.
Yes, it is. It's great. And so she brought it up, and she's actually going to take my old ball winder, and I'm going to keep the new one. I know. Thank you, Phyllis.
You're so styled.
It's a Standridge, so it's pretty heavy duty. But what I did, I bought her the bigger one because I figured there's no point in us both having small ones.
Right.
Like
you could always
we can use each other's and. So she's like, well, you knit with way more big yarn than she does. So she's like, you keep the big one.
That's funny.
I know. She's so sweet.
So what is that? Because it feels like mohair.
It is, and she explained it to me at Hill Country Weavers.
Okay.
It is a breed of sheep that Woolfolk has bred.
What?
And it's some kind of, like, I think it's a merino, but they've bred it somehow so it's even softer. It feels softer than cashmere.
It feels like cashmere, alpaca, baby camel, like a fiber company type blend. But it's just
one sheep.
I want to see them in real life and pet them.
Yeah. So
it's really soft.
That's
crazy.
Yeah. It
I
feels
should have
great.
paid more attention because that's very cool.
And they had quite a bit in the sale section, but just not in colors that were really my colors. They were really muted. And this is like a gray and cream marl.
Almost like your
there we go
denim shirt, like a chambray.
Yes. So it's sport, and I want to make a hat out of it.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna make?
A hat.
Love.
Because there was just one skein. I would have bought more if they had more than one
love
skein.
It.
But
is that a 50-gram skein? It looks small. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
it's
it is
so
small.
cute.
It's
so soft.
I know. So super excited about that.
Yeah.
Then.
Oh, this is what I was. Yeah.
So
you agonized over what you're gonna.
I did. I could not put this down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even showing up as like gorgeously bright as it is. Maybe I should try the light.
Yeah, that's not even close to what it really is.
No. It is. It's not even gonna.
It's electric green.
It is the most it's called Sea Glass. It's Madeline Tosh, and it's in their prairie.
Try that one.
Oh.
Nope.
It's closer.
It's closer.
For sure. It is the most electric. It's Kelly green, or not spring green or grass green. It's just so green.
It's so green.
And
it's not even neon green.
No.
It's really hard to.
I wish
it was showing up. Yeah, maybe try to take a picture and
I'll try
because it's kind of driving me nuts how much it's washing it out.
So it's in their prairie base, which I think they've discontinued the prairie base. I think that's what they said.
I think so too.
And
which is lace.
Yes, it's 100% superwash merino wool, single ply lace weight, so 840 yards, and I bought all 3 skeins.
Why not, right?
Because that's what you do when you're obsessed.
You gotta have options.
Yeah, but the price was really good because it was on sale, and I have used this color in a DK weight in a shawl, and I just am always in love with this color. I just love this color. Love it. So, I don't know. I might hold it double for, to make it fingering. But it's a single ply, so I know I'll make a shawl out of it. I won't make a sweater. I looked at sweaters. Like, I immediately pulled up Ravelry and was like, oh, what can I make? I'm most likely to hold it double. And because, I don't know. Unless something lace weight just jumped out at me. So it's going to stay in stash. I'm not going to try to match it with something so that if something comes up that
then you'll
is
have
weight,
it.
and then I can be like, that's why I was waiting.
For sure.
So,
love it. That's what happened with my teal sparkle.
Yes.
I held on to it and then I was like, oh my God, it's perfect.
Exactly.
That's what you got to do sometimes.
Let me give us our filter back.
It's
I did the wrong light.
The one that with an M.
Oh, there it is.
Is that too bright or is it okay?
That's great.
Okay.
I love my Instagram filter.
Selfie.
But we had so much
we went,
fun.
yes. And then after that, we went to our hotel in San Marcos and stayed the night. We had so much fun. Oh my God. So the knitting machine. We played with Erin, our friend Erin. She brought all kinds of toys. She brought a knitting machine. Not those kinds of toys. It wasn't that kind of get together. She brought a knitting machine that it doesn't. So you still have to manually move the cartridge or whatever. But it knits the row. Like, you go like this, and it knits a row. You go like this, and it knits a row. Oh, my God, it was so fun.
It was so much fun.
We made a swatch. a swatch. I was going to say square, and then I said swatch, and so it's a swatch. And it was really fun. And she had never used it before, so we were all kind of, like, reading the directions. Like, one person was reading, one person was doing, one person was filming, it was so fun.
And it was from the 80s. Like, it had sat in an attic for
and it worked
30 years.
It was really cool.
But the instructions were definitely from the 80s, back when they didn't really give you instructions. So
no. It was interesting, for sure.
And Sally was in charge of the instructions.
That's my thing. I like to read the instructions. Because I never trust the person reading them to say it right.
Right.
So I read them.
Or, like, I'm not going to understand what they mean. They're leaving something out.
Yes. This is mainly from, like, doing IKEA furniture and stuff with my husband. It's not that I don't trust my friends. It's that
Mine's from putting together a tent. Like.
I'm reading the instructions.
Yeah.
We call them destructions in my house. I'm like, where's the destructions?
Because they will destroy your relationship.
Yeah, and it kind of feels like you're tearing something apart instead of putting it together. And we're like, where's the destructions? Right. So then we played this game. What was it called?
Oh.
It was a Pride and Prejudice game.
Yes. Marry Mr. Darcy?
Marrying Mr.
Yeah.
We'll put it in. Oh my god, it was so fun. I don't even like Jane Austen, and I was like...
She doesn't. And I don't remember enough of it.
I was so into it.
Oh, it was so good.
So you pick, like, your heroine, and
it's a character.
Pride
and Prejudice. It's just from Pride and Prejudice.
I think so, yes. Yeah. Yes. And then based on what character you get, you are trying to get with your groom. You know, you have to earn points. What was it? Wit. Beauty.
Virtue.
Reputation.
Oh, reputation, yes.
Money. Well, what was it called?
Fortune or...
Wealth?
Or dowry? No. It had a name.
I think it was dowry.
Was it dowry?
I think you're right.
Okay.
It was so funny.
It was so funny. And you're like
guys.
stealing from each other, and you're going for the same guy.
And like, party card! So you get when you draw a card and it's a party card, you have to go party card, as per Erin.
I was going to say, that was something we made up. It's not.
It's totally Erin. Every time she would go, party card. And it was like, you're at the ball and you've drank too much or whatever, you know, and so you lose reputation points. Oh my god, you guys get it. It's so fun.
It was, and you don't have to play it with just women. Like, play it with men too. It is so funny. And because the men, are they male characters in it?
No,
they would
have to be women.
Yeah. Okay.
So, highly recommend.
Yes.
Like, I mean, we looked when we got done. We were like, it's midnight.
And
like,
we want to play again.
Like, none of us realized that it was, like, well past our normal bedtimes. It was so much fun.
It was.
So then we got up the next day, and we went and toured a couple of places and fell in love with Wimberley Inn and Wimberley itself. And then we came home, and it was so much fun. So thank you to Erin and Tiffany who were able to go with us. And just be on the lookout for more Camp Woolslayers news. Also, if you are in the area and you're doing the Hill Country Yarn Crawl, check out your passport. We might be in there. That was trippy.
It was so trippy.
Seeing yourself in, like, the Hill Country Weavers passport, even though we paid for a spot.
Right.
But still seeing the actual, that was forever ago.
Right.
And seeing the actual, like, it was very, like, oh my god, we actually have a podcast.
I know, we're legit.
Oh my god. Even though we're 2.5 years into this thing, or what? No, 1.5.
1.5, yeah. 31 episodes.
It was very much weird.
Yeah.
So check, follow us here. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything. Follow us on Instagram and check out the Ravelry group because that's where you want to be able to see all the latest news about Camp Woolslayers because as stuff gets nailed down, we'll start releasing it.
We'll put it there. We'll have a thread that's just Camp Woolslayers.
Yeah. Right now, the date and the place are set, and that's pretty much it. So now we're back.
Yes.
So we had 2 Ask Us Anything questions.
I love these.
I know. So
I should be more concerned about revealing all, but it's so much fun having y'all ask us questions.
Nobody's asking anything too.
Oh, I know, but
personal.
You just never know.
My problem is I don't have a filter, and then I'm like, oh crap, what did I say?
Right.
No, so these are nothing that you're gonna be embarrassed about.
Okay.
So Miss Monty,
oh yeah,
0802 asks if you could visit Australia, what would be your go-to place?
Oh, Melbourne.
Melbourne.
The food.
It's Melbourne.
Okay, Melbourne.
Yeah, I would want to go there and Sydney. I do not I would tour the Outback from a helicopter.
Oh.
Because I'm scared.
Well, so
I'm scared of snakes.
We have good friends that are from Australia, and so the kids, our friends tell us,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Australia is deadly. Like it will
Okay,
kill
well that's
you.
the next part of her question.
Oh, okay.
What is a common perception of Australia that Americans have?
It's
scary!
Our perception is that Australia will kill you.
Everything in Australia will kill you.
Yes, and that is backed up by our friends that are from Australia. And
spiders, snakes, and up. Dingoes,
sharks, alligators,
yes.
crocodiles, whatever.
All of the things. Yes. Kangaroos can probably kill you.
Right. They can.
They'll kick
They
you,
will
right?
kick you, yes. And so, you know.
Maybe not koalas.
Oh, maybe. They might kill you.
They might bite
cuteness.
you. I know. So fluffy, I'm gonna die.
So, you know the Kelly Clarkson song, What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger?
Yeah.
So when my kids are singing it, they're like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, except in Australia, where everything will kill you.
Yeah.
They are so cute.
That's
singing it.
That's the perception that we have.
Yeah.
I am super duper phobia level scared of snakes.
Oh, not me.
So, Australia.
Spiders and bugs, yes, but.
Nope, mine's snakes.
Oh, see? We're good.
You can save me from the
Yes,
snakes,
I will
and I'll save you
yes.
from the spiders.
I love it. Yes.
So, but I would love to visit.
I would too.
But I don't think I would venture out into the Outback.
I would go in the Outback.
No.
I just would find some way to be covered from head
From
to
a
toe.
helicopter. I would from a helicopter.
Yeah.
Where nothing can get me.
Yeah.
But that was a very interesting question.
Yeah.
So I think she must live there. I think she might have a yarn company. Hold on. I think she might be Ash and Oak Yarn. Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Ash, she's an indie dyer. ashandoakyarn.com.au.
Oh, cool.
She said is the place to find all the squishy yarn. She's on Etsy or that website that I just said.
I'm curious.
Oh, and she's on Instagram. We're going to follow you.
Oh, yay.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Her name's Monica with a K.
And I'm curious about, like, I know there's more sheep than people in Australia, or maybe that's a common misconception.
Maybe.
But I'm curious how many knitters there are in Australia.
Right? Because does it get very cold there ever? I'm under the impression
I know
that
they
it
have a
doesn't.
winter.
They do, but so do we.
Right. So it's
winter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe we need to go.
I know.
So we had another question. Thank you again, Monica, for that. And then A. Brandstetter asks, how did you hear about your knit group?
Oh.
Our local knit group is called Chicks with Sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard about it. So when I first started knitting, I did not know knit groups were a thing. And I happened to be in Barnes & Noble buying a Christmas present. So I was like, and I had like literally 10 minutes to get in and get out. I had to go. This is when Nolan was like a toddler. My mother-in-law had him. My time was almost up. I had to get in and get out. So I'm upstairs at Barnes & Noble buying I think it was like The Walking Dead or something. I grabbed it. I knew exactly where it was. I grabbed it and I was leaving. And I saw what ended up being Libby and whoever. I don't know. I know for sure I saw Libby, which is like the creator of the knit group and one of our dear friends. And I like stopped in my tracks and I was staring at them. And Libby, like, she was knitting and she looked up at me like, what? You know, like, but in a nice, because it's
Right.
Libby and Libby's super nice.
Yeah. And very inviting.
Yeah. But I was like, I don't have time. I want to go talk to these people, but I don't have time. They're all knitting. Oh my God. Like my brain just kind of like malfunctioned. You know how when you just go, what? And so I was like, oh my God. And so I had to leave. It was super hard. I left, but that made me think like, okay, I need to find a knitting group. Like that's a thing. That's a real thing. What?
It bumped the table.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, and so I went on meetup.com like that night. Meetup, is that what it's called? We don't use it
used
anymore.
To be, yeah, Meetup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on Meetup and I was like, I'm going to see if there's any knitting groups. And I happened to find, so I found this one called Chicks with Sticks and I messaged them and she was like, well, we actually are on Facebook more than Meetup. And I was like, good, because Meetup is creepy. I kept getting these like hugging groups and stuff. It was weird.
Yeah.
I was like, get me out of here. And so I found them on Facebook And then when I went to the first meetup, I was like, you're the same people that I saw at Barnes & Noble. And I knew that I had been at Barnes & Noble on a Wednesday at 11 or whatever. And she confirmed that that was back, we don't meet there anymore. And not even on Wednesdays. But it used to be Wednesdays at Barnes & Noble at 11, and that's when I saw her. So I know for sure that I saw that group that I ended up being a major part of. Right. So that's how I found it.
Well, and I found it because I was knitting at a PTA, our annual Texas PTA conference, which was down in Dallas. And it was my first time attending that conference, but I take my knitting everywhere. And so I sat down at a table and was, getting my papers out and everything. And what turned out to be Logan sat down next to me, or one seat away. And she sat down. I pulled out my knitting. And she turned to me and was like, I knew I sat here for a reason. And she pulled out her knitting.
I love that you weren't even knitting before she sat down.
I wasn't.
That's
I know.
great.
It was just meant to be. And I had been searching for a group to knit with for a while. And she told me, you have to join my knitting group. Mm-hmm. And so it took me a couple months to get there.
Right. You still don't even get to go a lot.
I don't.
No.
I know. It's hard.
I haven't been going much either.
Yeah.
But I'll be back. I'm trying not to wait on the table. I'll be back going more regularly. I just started saying yes to all these sub jobs.
Right. And I started working more, even though before,
You always had like PTA or something.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. And so, so Logan was one of the first kind of members of the group too, and she's moved away now. Mm-hmm. So, it's
But
funny.
She's still in the group.
She's still in the group.
On Facebook.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. So, so we both, it kind of happened like organically / I didn't know they were a thing, but once I knew they were a thing, I looked for my group and found it. Mm-hmm. And if you try one and you don't like it,
because I had tried a couple before that and didn't really fit.
Ours is just perfect. It's our age group, and not everyone.
Actually, not. I mean, it's kind of a range.
Yeah, but it's not just a bunch of little old ladies.
Right.
There's a bunch of people who are in their 30s and 40s.
Right. With kids,
with little kids.
You have so much in common with them.
We met at a very kid-friendly place. Mm-hmm. You could bring your kids and put them in the playground, and it was, So you might have to search around. I got lucky and hadn't. This is the only one I've ever been in. But yeah, so that's a very good question. Thank you. And that was a brand stutter. Let's see if she has a shop. We can pimp it.
I feel like the name is familiar.
Her name's Alyssa.
And she's from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
The name is familiar.
I wonder if we know her in real life.
I know. Do we know you in real life? Sorry.
I don't know. If I do, I don't know your Ravelry name.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay.
So that was our questions. Yep. That thread is forever open. Go for it. Ask us anything.
Yep.
Now, I told you to join our knit along for the Birds of a Feather. It's in the Ravelry group. Post your FOs. That's probably going to go through the end of November.
Sure.
And we'll show you a prize next time. I'm sorry. I totally forgot to dig it out and find a prize and show it to you. Sorry. That'll just up the
excitement factor.
There will be a prize.
Right.
Okay, now next we have a pattern book review. Unless you have something else.
Nope.
Okay. Mm-mm. So I'm going to show it on my super messy iPad. We were gifted out of the blue this beautiful digital pattern book. And I don't know how the easiest way to do it, because I wanted to print it out, but it's 89 pages, which is very generous for a book.
Right. I mean, it's a full
that's
book.
a good thing, but at the same time, I can't really just print the whole thing out.
Right.
So it's called Echoes of Heather and Stone, and we'll see if this works. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe let me turn this off.
Look at this. Echoes of Heather and Stone.
Did it work?
Yeah. Okay. And it's a compilation from 8 different designers. At least 7, but I think she says she got with 7 other people. Right. So I feel like, well, that means 8, including you, right? Mm-hmm. I haven't looked at all the names, but so it's
Carol Feller.
Carol Feller, Stitch and StolenStitches.com is the.
And she's a pretty famous designer.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
I I didn't like I bet if I researched the names, I would be like, oh, I know that person. But just off the top of my head, the two that I saw that was instant recognition was Isabel Kramer and Woolly Wormhead.
Oh.
They both have patterns in this book. And I
pretty much love everything Isabel Kramer does. She makes me want to knit more sweaters.
Yeah, she's really good. Yeah. So, it's 8 patterns. I don't think I'm lying when I say that you can order a physical copy and it comes with a code for a digital copy, but I'm pretty sure you can also just get it digitally. And it's 22 euros, which is about $26. But look, totally worth it in my opinion.
Yes. These patterns are
this one that's on the title page. It's called the New Grange Shawl, and it's by Lucy Haig, which I think I recognize that name. But look at this thing. Oh my god. I don't know if it might be easier for Allyn to put in pictures after, but look. It looks so cool. It's so architectural. And this is all like inspired by Ireland and Celtic and Viking heritage, which I think definitely comes across in that one. And I think that's the one that you like. I like it too, but
and this one up here, I think is really a gorgeous one too.
So this is called Nowth, Nowth Shawl by Carrie Westerman.
I do love me some cables.
Oh my goodness, and I love that color.
Cables, I think, are the first technique that made me want to knit.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, like a cabled hat or something. And
I always loved cabled sweaters, and I just was like, that would be so cool to know how to do that.
There's a Fair Isle cowl. There's a hat. Obviously, it's Woolly Wormhead.
Right.
This is the sweater that I think I'm most likely to make. It's called a Henny sweater by Jennifer Wood. Look, and that cable goes down the sides too. Under her arm, you can see it goes going down the side of her body. Oh my god, it's so pretty.
It is so pretty.
Oh, it's really well done. The pictures are gorgeous. This one's really. I need to see a full body picture of this one. Talamed cardigan by Amanda Schwab or Schwabe. Look at that, right?
That technique of having a color
and you
on top,
slip it and travel it.
That is so. That's one of those techniques that when people see it, they're like, "How do you do that?
Right.
That's magic."
It's magic. Okay, so here's a better picture of that one that we both really, really like. That from the front, well, sorry, it's not showing up. You might have
Is it too light?
Yeah, I might screenshot that one.
I can.
Or you have it too. So I'm super impressed, and I haven't heard anything about this book.
I haven't either. I know.
I'm so glad they sent it to us because I haven't heard about it.
I wouldn't.
And it could be because I'm not listening. I haven't really been listening or watching the mini podcast because again, Mojo means everything is. But I'm like, why is nobody talking about this? Because it's really... This cowl
is really... I mean...
Epona? This is the Carol Feller pattern. Very cool.
Stranded, and those colors are great.
I love that little design, too. It's like that little...
It's almost like a swirly
S. It's almost like an S. Yeah, I need it. It's me.
Yeah.
It's me. Super pretty.
I love it that Woolly Wormhead, that's really how it's said by Woolly Wormhead.
Yeah.
Not, the actual name.
Yeah. So I was looking for...
that one cardigan.
Yeah.
There it is.
Here it is.
Oh, right? Oh, yeah, that's gorgeous. Flip.
Oh, I have it locked. Look at it. Look how long it is. Y'all.
And I like their color choices.
I was about to say, their colors are perfect. Wow. What if there's a picture of the back? I guess not. Oh my god, it's so cool. And look at that. It goes down the whole arm.
It's definitely more like a coat.
Yeah, for us, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a coat again if you're in Texas.
Right, for sure.
I mean, it's definitely not.
Oh, there's the back.
There's the back. It's definitely not dark knitting.
No.
Look at that. Wow. I just covered up the chart.
Yeah.
So much talent. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
there's
of
the
course.
whole thing. Oh my gosh.
And there's a much better picture. Look at that. Like, what even?
That would take me 2 years to make.
Right? No one would believe you made this yourself.
Right.
I mean, it's got stripes and it's cabled and it's traveling.
Mm-hmm. That is.
And you wouldn't even have to make it in these bright colors.
Right.
Just think about like a dark gray and a light gray would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You could totally make it your own. This is really pretty too. I love that. So I think this, I mean, when you count how many sweaters there are, it's
well worth
right there is the $26.
Right.
I mean, like they've undervalued it in my opinion. I mean, I just
yeah.
It's so cool. So again, it's called Echoes of Heather and Stone. I'm trying to get up to the top. Technology hates me. Echoes of Heather and Stone. StolenStitches.com. You can buy it on Ravelry. I'm pretty sure it said you could buy an actual physical copy and get the digital, or you can just buy the digital. Super impressed, and I cannot thank them enough for sending it to us. Like,
we were so excited.
It brought back my mojo. Like, because I didn't look at it at first because I was like, oh, we had literally podcast either that day or the day before, and I knew it was going to be a while, and I didn't want to forget about it. So I held off on looking at it. I wish I hadn't. I probably would have had more mojo because
you get excited about.
I want to knit all the things.
Ooh, I wonder if that's in a lace weight.
I think it's fingering.
It looks like fingering.
The one on the front. What was it called?
But I could totally hold it double and do green with that. Oh,
with that swirl.
Yeah. It would look like moss covered stone.
Oh,
well, go down.
Shut up. Yeah,
no, the other way. It was at the top.
But it's not. That's not the.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
New Grand
No, you have. Yeah, but that's not the pattern.
Oh,
page.
Gotcha.
You have to go down here to the actual pattern. It just says kitten fluff. Oh, that's the color. Stolen Stitches. I'm pretty sure I looked
153 yards per 50 grams. So it's 300. So it's going to be a worsted.
Is it?
Or a DK.
What was I looking at that said fingering weight? I don't know. But maybe we figure that out and plop that in there.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it said fingering, but maybe I was looking at a different one.
Right.
Either way, gorgeous. And that would look really awesome in that green. You could just adjust your needle size. And make
well, yeah, and I could hold all three skeins together.
That swirl in the green would.
I wonder, because you know how single ply doesn't show as much definition? I wonder if it would not show the ridges enough.
I think it would.
If I'm holding three together, it's
I think
like
it would
ply.
because, like, I've used single ply. I think the only thing it's not good for is lace.
Okay.
In my opinion, I've used single ply in cables and just a shawl that like did stockinette and reverse stockinette, or like stockinette and garter, and it showed all the texture.
Okay.
I think you'd be okay.
Okay.
Or you could swatch.
Oh God, no.
Swatch for a shawl. That sounds horrible.
I know, right?
There goes my best friend. She's driving away.
Aww.
You can see her house from
with
my
her
house.
socks.
No, she doesn't have them yet.
Oh, when are you giving them to her?
I don't know.
Okay, so back to the book.
So yeah, so super impressed with that. Highly recommend. Don't know why it's not going totally viral, because it's very cool. Like, there's so much talent crammed into, and it's 89 pages.
Right.
That's a lot of content. The pictures are gorgeous.
It's a very well done book.
Check it out. At least go look at the pictures on Ravelry, and because me holding up my iPad probably didn't do them justice, but Oh my God, it's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Highly, highly recommend.
There's some big talent in there.
Thank you to stolenstitches.com and Carol for sending that to us.
Yes, thank you.
I think that's it. Just, watch out for Camp Woolslayers news, and sorry we took such a long break, but
we don't want to do it again.
It wasn't that we don't love you.
Right.
We were just busy.
Right.
So,
life happened.
Mm-hmm. But it happened to both of us at the same time, so that was nice. It wasn't like, now we have to take another month off because for something for me.
Right.
So hopefully we will see you again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Tell your friends about the podcast and about the retreat, because I think it would be way fun to, split a room with a friend for the retreat. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
Life goals would be to sell out this little inn. There's 19 rooms.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like amazing.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, maybe, probably not this year, but maybe next year.
Yeah.
Because
you never know, it could be this year.
You never know. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Because it's just the cutest little place. Like, and I want it for them too.
Right.
Like, I love these people so much. Right. I want to give them business.
Right.
So, and if it would benefit me for having fun at my retreat with even more people.
Yeah.
And, since we're probably going to have a market, we definitely want as many people as possible to be there, just so that
the makers
we can get some makers. Yeah. So anyway, we're super excited about everything.
Yeah.
Finally, again, we've got our mojo back.
Yes. I'm going to have some FOs next time.
All right.
I am.
I'm holding you to it.
I'm going to do some blocking too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we'll see you again soon. We love you. Keep it up. Keep up the questions. Keep up the entering your birds of a feather.
And thanks for all the support, y'all.
Yeah, thank you. And don't forget to slay.
Bye.
Bye.
Get into position.
Okay. My earrings are driving me nuts. They're gold, but they keep turning to the back.
Oh, But they look good on both sides. They're just not shiny.
The back is cute. It's like a suede
yeah.
type brown, but I want gold. Whatever.
It's because the jump rings aren't.
I've tried to switch them and I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it is. It's the jump.
This is what happens when you buy craft fair earrings.
Okay.
Because see, if I hold it like that, it's right.
Yeah, but
they turn.
It's not though, because that's how it would show.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So, you need to.
Because I can take that off.
Yeah, you need to switch. Oh, you can take that off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And turn it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, now it'll do gold.
And they always. I think they're supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. It just kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one stayed.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other one's staying. So now I don't know if I need to change it.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I'm watching you. Okay.
Let me get my projects.
Feel my sweater, by the way.
Ooh, I like that. No. You do so well there. I don't have the patience to go in. I just
order online.
And then return it at the store? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whoa! Be kind to your pattern.
I know, right? Oh, look.
And it's even got a smiley
insect repellent.
Oh! You trying to tell me my house is buggy? It probably is.
Is that right?
You're probably not wrong.
I have some applesauce. We aren't recording yet. It's Kate's applesauce.
Oh, I thought it said caramel, but it says carrot.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
I know, right?
I was like, ooh.
Caramel applesauce, yummy.
Because I have some caramel apple pie tea. So I just that's what I saw. I was like, caramel apple, and I was like, oh, never mind.
Right.
Pass on the carrot.
I know. Banana carrot bingo. That's from Costco.
So between your background and that
light.
It's so like warm, right? So
You're
cozy.
right.
It feels like we're in front of a fire.
You're right. It does. That does feel like we're in front of.
It's gonna thunder.
Why is there like? It
I think
seems
it's
like
bouncing off, maybe.
off the white.
Yeah,
probably.
because it does look
But
like
it looks
there's
great.
a glow. It looks like there's
Or
a
up
light
here.
right here.
Yeah.
Because we're angels.
We are.
I believe.
Are you going to talk about what we bought
angels
on our
yeah
road trip? Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay.
That's all I have for trophies.
Okay. I've got 1 cast on and I've got 2 whips. So 3 whips, no FOs. You would think I'd have something.
I do have some FOs.
Good.
But they've been finished forever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I finished them, so it feels like I haven't finished anything recently.
I still haven't even blocked my italic. I haven't done any blocking.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm fine with it. I'm kind of glad we were both, like,
You know.
because this would be a 7-hour episode.
It would be.
And I couldn't deal with it.
No, and we have to talk about Woolslayers.
Yes.
Big time.
So between the review and Camp Woolslayers, I feel like we
Yeah.
probably don't need to do freebies.
Okay.
We also have 2 Ask Us Anything questions.
Oh!
Which will be quick.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know, I love it.
I know. Okay.
I love it. Okay, are we ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Neither one of us has anything knitted on. I didn't even bring anything.
But I'm gonna put mine on when I talk about it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you smell my candle?
Wait. Well, what
It's called Under Jamie's Kilt.
Are you kidding? No.
Guess who gave it to me?
Mitch.
My husband.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Doesn't it smell good?
What? I mean.
He found it on Etsy. My husband shops on Etsy. My husband's the best.
He is the best.
Do you think that shawl looks okay right there?
Yeah, I think it looks great.
I put it up there like to just because I was afraid it was gonna wrinkle, and then I kind of left it.
Yeah.
It's been up there for a week.
It almost looks like the head's wearing it.
I know. It's pretty adorable.
It is.
It even matches. Okay.
Okay.
For realsies though.
Yes.
Are we ready?
For real.
Okay.
You're
Sorry.
so serious.
Well, I have like, I'm like, wait, hold on.
I know.
Because I have like something on my iPad, something on my phone, something on my book. I feel like
And I have
I
nothing.
feel like I'm actually working. All right. Sorry, I have to get my pre-opening jitters.
Get our giggles out.
Never. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Now we're really not going to remember
I
how
know.
to do it.
Hey guys. We cannot have another innuendo title. We have to take a break. But I was going to say, I need it to be slippery. And then I was like, don't say it. And I was like, But then I was like, I have to tell you what I was going to say. Like,
I think that has to go in the
I need
Bloopers.
it to be slippery.
And not a tight shaft.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Slippery.
So how do you lubricate your needle?
And like shoving it on. It's like every stinking time, you guys. Why am I 12? I'm a 12-year-old boy.
It's impossible because I have the same idea.
I'm a 12-year-old boy.
I know.
Anyway.
Okay,
That's
so